Let's add some depth to this image. And the best way to do this is by making those objects that are furthest away from the camera appear slightly lighter and with a slightly more bluish tint, since usually there's a lot of distance and there's a lot of atmosphere in between us and these objects, so they slightly change the color. It's sort of a haze or a fog or something like that. So to do this, we're going to use the Vray depth pass. I'm going to start by opening it up in a new file. I'm also going to bring in my alpha map. All right, and let's rasterize that alpha. Now let's create a new layer below all of that and fill it with black. In 32-bit mode it's impossible to do, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just paint it with a brush instead of filling it. Okay. Alright, so now I have this alpha map which we're going to copy and use it as a mask for this Z-depth layer. And I also want to invert my Z-depth so the objects that are further away are lighter. We can do that by using the levels adjustment tool. Just swap the black and white levels, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, now we have the mask set up. We can select all, copy merged, and move to this file over here. As you can see, the result looks slightly different. That's because we are copying a 32-bit image into a 16-bit file. So to make sure that the image looks the same, we can first collapse it to 16 bits and do the same thing again. And now it should give us the exact same result we had over here. Now we're going to use this image as a mask. First, I'm going to adjust it with curves to make sure only those trees in the distance are affected. Right, and I think I'm gonna paint over this top part with black to avoid those jaggies appearing in our adjustment layer. So as long as we have this area in the background in white, it's gonna be okay. Now copy it, create a new adjustment layer, hue saturation, and bring up that lightness. And now when you paste the mask right here, you can see that the adjustment layer affects only those trees in the background. Okay, maybe it's a bit too strong, so let's tune it down to +10 or so. We can also create another adjustment layer for color balance and make everything a bit more blue and cyan. And use the same mask here as well. Alright, so I think this looks quite good. The effect is not too strong, but it's definitely there. And let's compare it with the original scene, and this is with some depth added.